Sorry.
Do this too. Can I do this?
Ooh.
Can I have my foot here?
I think, yeah. As long as... Oh, it's probably going to be too close to the camera.
So?
Yeah. It's like when we zoom in on you, you can see your foot like right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Probably don't want to do that.
Okay, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that if I sound a little annoying this episode is because I've been sick.
Okay, but you don't sound annoying. You just sound sick.
Annoying like...
No, that's not annoying. It's just your voice is just a little bit different.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I mean,
fine.
to me, I feel like it's kind of fun. You know, when you're sick, you have that little raspiness added to it.
You know what's weird? I feel like only girls like that.
What, when they are sick and they have that raspy
Any girl
voice?
that I knew in the past, whenever she got sick and her voice changed a little bit, they kind of wanted to stay, not be sick, but they just wanted to keep that voice, like that raspy voice.
Or they made a comment about the fact that they had a raspy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something sexy about it. Don't you think?
That is true.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I want to say, first of all, my disclaimer is that I have a lot of energy today.
You have a lot of energy today?
So if I seem a little bit like extra.
Yeah. That's fine. I want to be more extra.
I mean, just be you.
I just want to be more. I know. It's just when the camera's on, you press play. I have this thing that I'm like, I have to bring it.
No, just just you don't have to bring it. You just have to talk.
Yeah.
And some days you can have more energy. Some days it's just like not going to be as much energy, which is okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Sorry, I was just looking at the levels to see we're all good.
Are we?
Yeah, we're all good. Okay. But I have been sick for the past like week, I would say, or like the past 5 days. Okay. I got sick on our trip, which don't worry, we'll talk all about. But you know, being sick kind of gets me in this like bad headspace where like I've been sick for a few days and you know you're sick, so you have to take some time to like recuperate and regenerate. Yeah, like recoup. Anyways, and basically I just have been watching TV for 2 days straight because I've been like super low energy.
So you mean after the trip?
Yeah, after the trip. And I'm just saying that now, like after being sick, the first day when you're like, damn, I get to stay home. I'm not going to do any of my responsibilities because I'm sick. And I'm just going to like watch TV and chill and hang out. First day is a blast, right? You kind of feel like the inner child because you're like, it's like a day off from school.
From life.
You know, it's a snow day type thing. And then the second day, if you're still feeling pretty nasty and shitty, then you're going to do the same thing. And then I did the same thing and I watched TV and I binge watched Scandal.
Ugh.
And
who watches Scandal?
Hey,
I feel like only moms watch Scandal.
Scandal's a good show, okay? But anyways, and I did that. And then I was thinking to myself like, damn, there's a whole lot of stuff happening outside today. Like there's people going to work, there's people like doing their shit, grinding, whatever. And I'm here and I don't know, there was this feeling of like kind of
missing out.
A little bit of missing out of just like life.
But it's okay. You're taking the time off. You're sick.
I know, but there was like this guilty thing to it where I was like, am I like that sick? Like, do I need to really not be doing anything? Like, I could probably do something. I'm just choosing not to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. And now it's a weird, like, I'm entering society again.
Well, yeah. Welcome.
Today was the first time that I put on like clothes.
Yeah.
Because I've been just in sweats for the past couple days.
Welcome back to life.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel good. The only thing that I have left is like some I was gonna say connotation, some congestion.
Okay.
Some congestion. So that's why I sound like maybe a little nasally, but
that's that voice that people like.
Well, that and also like a little bit of throat.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Alia doesn't know how to get it out. Alia doesn't know.
Bad.
Like no, Alia doesn't know how. You know when you have that phlegm.
Yeah, not to get gross, but when you get like the mucus in your throat,
she doesn't know how to. And I always tell you, you have 2 ways to get it out, which is I don't know if we want to get
2 ways.
Yeah, you can like get it out when you cough,
right?
Or you can like bring it up to your nose and then bring it.
Wait. I don't know if we talked about that second option. Yeah. It's every time that I cough that you tell me, come on, get it out. Like you have to do this like. thing.
Oh, I guess it's different if it's down here. I'm talking about the shit that's in here.
Yeah, but that what's in your nose and what's in your throat is two different things.
What's in your nose, you can get it out of your mouth if you wanted to.
Ew. Okay, sorry guys.
I'm sorry. I didn't even think I was gonna go there.
Yeah, you went there.
Okay, so welcome back to the what?
No, go ahead.
Oh. Welcome back to the What's the Juice podcast. My name is Yoni Kodo.
And my name is Alia Zaitza. And we have a fun episode for you guys today.
I'm so excited to talk about this trip
Me
because...
too. I think this is our first... No, we've talked about previous trips we've taken before.
I remember everything from this trip.
We also were very diligent about not keeping track, but making sure that we remember things, or just we said we definitely have to talk about this on the pod.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I had to, because I feel like there were so many things happening that I had to keep track and write it down.
Yeah, for sure. Because anytime we've traveled, there's always just random things that happen.
Yeah, and it could be the smallest thing that you want to talk about on the pod, but then if you write it down, I would literally forget. And there's a couple things that happened that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write it down later, and then I just forgot.
Yeah, which is fine. You gotta live that life. But I want to start with before we even left Seattle. Okay, before we even went to San Francisco, before we even went to the airport. For some reason, there's a few travel habits that I just seem to not be able to shake off, no matter where I go. If I'm planning a trip to somewhere overseas, we're talking a 12-hour, 10-hour flight, even a 9-hour flight, layover into another flight. It's either that, or even if it's a 1-hour, 2-hour flight.
You get it?
I always only sleep for 2 or 3 hours before.
Why do you do that?
Never have I ever had a good night's rest before a flight. And that's with the flight being in the morning. Because if the flight is an evening flight, then obviously you slept and you lived the day and then you go to the airport.
But I think it always comes down to just getting ready and actually packing.
Right.
Last minute.
Yeah.
Am I good? You keep looking at the screen.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. And I feel like everyone does that. You're not the only one. What's wrong? Am I not good on the levels?
No, I just want to make sure that it's loud enough.
Every time I talk, I see you just looking down at the screen.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Now it's good.
So we're going to go day by day, okay? We were there from
Wait,
Thursday.
You already want to start about that? We already have we have other airport things we want to talk about.
No, okay. I mean, that's day one, right?
No, but at the airport,
actually. Oh, yeah,
all that. You know what I'm saying?
How convenient is it to take the Uber to the airport? Or how many people just drive to the airport?
Okay.
And pay $100 a day to leave your car at the airport? I think it's $50. Not $100.
To have your you drive your own car.
Yeah, and then you park there. I feel like it's $50
I've never
a day.
done that. I think it depends on the airport. I've never done that. For some reason, what I was thinking too? I was many people just ask friends or family to drive them to the airport. That's a known thing. For some reason, I just have never done that.
I've definitely done that before.
And we've never done that. We have people that could have driven us to the airport, picked us up from the airport.
What time was our flight leaving Seattle?
Our flight was leaving at 9. So we had to be there at 7. So we had to...
9 what?
a.m.
Okay.
So we had to get to the airport at 7. So we had to leave here at around 6:30.
The thing is, you never want to be inconvenienced for your friends, right?
Yeah.
So it's my flight is, I have to be at the airport at 6 a.m. I'm not going to call up my friend and say, hey, can you do me a favor, please, bro? I need to be at the airport.
Well, you would do that the night before, obviously.
Okay, you tell them, and then they're like, oh, yeah, I can drive you to the airport. What time? And then you say 6 a.m. All of a sudden, you put them in this weird situation. It's fuck.
But people do that all the time. People do that all the time. We're the only ones.
If I have to get up at 6 a.m. to drive my friend to the airport, I'm not going to lie. Waking up at 6 a.m. is not easy for me. Okay?
Yeah, I know. It's not.
So I will do it because that's my friend and I want to do it. But also just that moment of waking up, I would be like, why did I say yes to this?
And that's the reason why you don't ask other people. Like I've never asked. Like I feel like it's such a like there, especially in Seattle, there's a way for you to get to the airport on your own.
Yeah, I would ask my friend if it's at 1 a.m. I mean 1 p.m. Like midday.
If it's like during the day or maybe like in the evening. But if it's an early morning or you arrive like really late at night on a Sunday, like I would just not inconvenience someone to do that. But anyways, I know that there's like a lot of people that do that, and that's fine. And like I think we should have done that because it would be helpful to us. But anyways, so just like travel habits that I think that we could get better at.
What's another one?
We really slept for only 2 hours.
And we had all day to pack.
Oh yeah, we had all day to do everything.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
I don't know why people do that. We're not the only one, but sleeping 2 hours is kind of crazy.
Yeah, sleeping 2 hours is not. And we'll get into what that resulted in on the first day when we got to San Fran.
We had to wake up at 5 a.m. and we went to bed at
We went to bed at 3.
At 3.
That's 2 hours right there.
It's like, okay, cool. Now it's time to go to bed. Like, why would you? I feel like we might as well just stay up.
No, I'm glad we went to sleep. But then when we woke up, I was like, I just got in bed.
When I woke up, I felt like a zombie, literally.
Yeah. So we took the light rail, which is basically like kind of a subway / train situation from Seattle to the airport. Mm-hmm. We get to the airport and the line of the security line to get through security to put all your things everywhere was insane.
I've never seen a line this long in my life. Not for a concert. No, seriously. I've never been in a line that's that long.
So what made the line feel long? Because actually, to be honest, even though like the line the line in the sense of how many people were in line was really long, but the line actually moved pretty fast. Like I have to give it that. The line was constantly like moving. It moved
pretty fast, yes. But it was so long that we were on the first floor. And so, you see the line, but we were at the beginning of the line.
And the line, you know how in the airports, it goes like in kind of a snake?
Yes.
So it's not just straight.
So you just follow it. And then this lady is like, okay, you have to go. Because we didn't see the end of the line.
Yeah.
So we had to ask this lady that was working there, hey, where's the end of the line? She was like, oh, you got to go downstairs. It's right there.
Because we saw people coming up the stairs into the line. So we're like, where are they coming from?
Yeah.
And then she pointed us to go downstairs. So I was thinking, oh, maybe like we just have to go downstairs and then just
come right back up.
Go right back up.
Yeah. And we go downstairs and we see the people like on the stairs.
Right.
And we just keep following the line. And that shit literally went outside the building.
It went into the parking lot.
Yes. Well, technically still in the building, but we exited the doors.
Yeah, we exited the doors and went into the parking lot, and the parking lot is like outside of the building.
Oh my God. I was like, why? It was cold where we were waiting.
Oh yeah, and it was also cold. Another thing too, the way that we packed for this trip was very irresponsible. I feel like we needed a parent to like help us out because I checked the weather. I saw it was going to be sunny all the days that we were going to be there. So the sun was going to be out. The weather was going to be between 55 to like 58 degrees.
But not 60, right? It wasn't.
No, it never got to 60.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking like, okay, it's going to be 55. Like that's like cold-ish. Mm-hmm. That's cold-ish. But it's sunny. So I'm thinking it's going to be okay. It's spring vibes. So neither of us brought a jacket. And we only brought one like sweater.
Yeah. I didn't bring a jacket because I'm thinking California, it's always hot. That's literally the only reason.
I wasn't thinking that. I didn't bring a jacket.
What were you thinking?
I didn't bring a jacket because I was thinking like, okay, it's 55 and sunny. And to me, 55 and sunny is cool, especially because Seattle has been like 40, 45 and it's been cold. So I'm thinking 55, that's kind of warm.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. So.
Oh, yeah, I fucked up for sure.
Very. Sorry. Very bad idea because clearly I got a cold while we were there. The second day, I was already feeling like my throat was starting to be sore. because we did not pack properly and we were cold the entire time.
It really hit you hard. It didn't, for some reason, like it didn't really hit me as hard.
You were just sick. I think your immune system was like really strong because you just got over a cold like the week before.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like your immune system just got like that strength.
No, yeah, it's pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to my immune system.
Yeah. So okay, well, what are we talking about? Like first impressions of the city when we got there?
I mean, first of all, I just want to talk about the airport. We got through the line, right?
Oh, okay.
We got to the line, and then this is what I want to talk about. There's this weird thing that men do in the bathrooms.
Oh.
Yes.
What do they do?
So I go pee in one of the stalls, right?
Is it a stall or is it like a little like thingy?
What do you mean?
Like, is there like a divider?
Yeah, isn't that... Yeah. There was no divider.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So that's okay. So it's
because
just
to
like,
women, a stall is like with the door.
Okay,
you go in.
So whatever you call the thing that's just like on the wall.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. A urinal?
Yeah. And there was no divider.
Okay.
So someone can just like pee right next to you.
I mean, isn't that what all guy bathrooms are like?
Some of them have dividers.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
So anyways.
This one did not.
This guy stands next to me. And he could have went to any of the ones that were out there.
Oh, there were other ones.
Yeah, there were like 8.
Okay.
And he's next to me. I'm like, okay. So I'm peeing. And I don't know why, but men always love to do this thing where they love to whistle while they pee.
That's a real thing?
That's a real... What do you mean? You heard that before?
No, I mean, I see it in movies, I feel like.
No, literally. Why can't you pee and just shut up? So he goes... It doesn't even sound like a real song. You're just making noises. And I'm like, that is so funny because that always happens.
Really?
I've never done that. So I'm like, okay, cool, classic. It's so weird. It's so funny to me. But anyways, I was done. I left. I don't think you went to the bathroom. But that was just like this thing that I wanted to talk about. It's just like, I don't understand why men feel... Maybe they feel like the awkwardness is like awkward.
The awkwardness is awkward. Like the silence is awkward.
Yes.
And the fact that you're
awkward.
like peeing and...
Yeah,
I don't know. It is kind of funny though. Like women really...
That'd be funny if women did that in the bathrooms. Just whistle.
But it's like, but we're so like in our own, like, you know, when you go to the bathroom, you're always, whatever you need to do in the bathroom, you go in the stall. Yeah, so you have that privacy.
There's no privacy in men's. Even if you go to the stall, like...
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
That they made it, because like, just because you don't have to go sit down on the toilet, if anything...
I mean, wait, what do you expect us to do?
Like, I'm saying, if anything, you guys need more privacy because you're standing up and like, you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus women, it's like, you're sitting on the toilet, but like, you can't see anything when you're peeing.
Yeah, okay, but nobody wants to be looked at when because you don't know what you're doing. Are you doing it number 1 or are you doing number 2?
Okay, no, I get that, but I'm just saying, I think it's funny that like the urinal doesn't get at least dividers when like you're gonna like.
But with men, it doesn't matter. Like, even if somebody like looks over, like, I don't care.
No, I know, because you're used to that at this point.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay, so past the airport, we get on the airplane, okay, and
the airplane was chill. The airplane was fine.
The airplane was chill. The airplane was fine.
I
nobody...
slept. I basically just slept on the plane.
Yeah, you did. You didn't sleep that much.
No, I slept like I was kind of like in and out.
Yeah,
it's
a short trip.
My go-to plane. I don't know if we ever talked about this.
Nobody was next to us. Also.
Oh yeah, we got a whole little row, so nobody was between us.
Yeah, nobody was between us.
Like, just spread our legs and shit.
Spread our legs.
Well, like sit like how I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, and I'm always next to the window. I have to be by the window.
I like being by the aisle. I feel like I'm in the plane. Like I'm in the plane.
Okay, cool.
Like I'm in with the action of the plane, like I get the first drink.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, my plane flight drink is always tomato juice. And if they don't have tomato juice, a Bloody Mary mix.
The tomato juice on these airplanes are so
That was a Bloody Mary mix.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. The one we had was a Bloody Mary mix. That's why it had all those like spices.
It was like spicier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say actually I don't mind that, but I prefer like just a tomato juice. Oh, it's so good.
I posted it on my story, and then someone was like, I hate tomato juice.
I love.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
I only would drink tomato juice on the flight.
We should actually just have some here, like for the summer.
It'd be so weird though to just drink that.
We get to the airplane, we land, right? And we get our baggage claim. We go to the baggage claim, and then we get on this train that was gonna take us to the city.
Right.
We take the train. Nice airport, by the way. I meant to say, like the San Francisco.
The airport was nice. I feel like it was kind of the same as Seattle. I didn't think it was that much different.
Yeah, it's not anything crazy.
Yeah, but we take this again. We also don't take. We're trying to save money. You know, we're not trying to like take an Uber, all that plane, flight. Airports are far away from the city, so we're just like, okay, we're gonna take the whatever public transport. So we saw that there is like, you know, the same way we have a light rail in Seattle, they have like what they call a BART or BART, whatever.
Yeah.
So we took that, and it has a direct route from the airport all the way to where we were staying, which was like downtown Union Square area. And we take that, and as soon as we get out of the subway and we go up to...
Why did your voice crack?
Because of my throat.
Oh.
All the way up to like the street levels.
Mm-hmm.
First impression of the city, okay?
First impression. So imagine you go to a brand new city. You haven't been to the...
Well, we've both been to San Fran before, but we like it was kind of like...
Honestly, the time I went with my friends didn't even count, really.
Yeah, and I would say the time I went would like half count because we were there for only like a day and a half, and it was with a big group.
But did you feel like you were really in the city like we were?
No.
So we go up the escalators, right?
And we have to mention where we were. Like we have to paint the picture that Union Square is like in the middle of San Francisco. It's where all the hotels are. Everybody's there. It's like the most touristy area.
Exactly.
And it's like right by a shopping mall.
Yes. So we get there, go up the escalators, and the whole time, this is the moment that I love the most because I do not know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, and we get up there, and obviously you see tall buildings.
Right.
And I was like, it looked clean. It was very clean. Like San Francisco is a clean city, I would say.
It's clean.
Not like Seattle clean.
It's not like Seattle clean. Yeah, Seattle, I would say, is the cleaner one between the two. Okay, and I feel like there's something coming.
No, and then the first thing that we see is a guy fighting a woman that we have no context.
Guys,
we just see two people fighting.
A guy was low-key like holding a woman by her throat. Like not like this, it was kind of like this, you know, and her head was here. And then there was people filming. Thing was happening.
There was
people from like T-Mobile.
Yeah, there was T-Mobile across the street saying, "Hey, leave her alone." And all of this is happening, and this is the first 30 seconds we're in San Fran. And in my head, I'm thinking, Alia, where are we?
Because also, I booked the Airbnb. Like, I just showed Yoni, like, oh, here's the... Sorry, 1 second. I was like, oh, here's the Airbnb room, hotel room. Like, this is what it looks like. Do you like it? It's in an area that's, like, very easy to take bus, train, subway. Like, we can go anywhere. And he's like, okay, cool. Looks good.
Most of the time, I just trust Alia. She does the booking for this family. And she kind of does like the
logistical things.
So I'm like, I trust you. Sometimes she'll ask my I
mean, I'll ask your opinion on like where we're staying, right. Obviously.
But most of the time, I trust. So this time, I was like, I hope the hotel is nowhere near this street.
Yeah, because that was our first thing that we encountered, and we're like, oh, it better not be that type of vibe going on.
So they broke up the fight. And I guess they were like into drugs. They were doing.
I had no idea
normal.
what was going on.
Like,
it wasn't just like chill.
Yeah.
So we keep walking, and actually our place was like not super far away. It was like 3 blocks away from that.
Yeah, it was pretty close to that shit.
But as we were walking, we also passed one of those streets that weren't so clean, because you said, oh, San Francisco like was so clean, but
what was the area called?
Well, so we didn't know this until we went to dinner that same day, but we were actually on the edge of this area that in San Fran they called Tenderloin.
Tenderloin. I don't want to live anywhere that starts with tender. That's like...
So that area, Tenderloin, is not... It's like a little iffy. You definitely don't want to be like walking around there or passing through there. It's just...
By yourself.
Yeah, by yourself, definitely, as a woman. And I mean, we did kind of walk through there. Like, obviously nothing happened. And I doubt anything would happen, but it's not like the most comfortable and like safe to walk through. And it's not the cleanest.
Yeah, it's definitely not the cleanest. But also, they have these guys, I forgot what they're called, but on each corner of each block, they have guys with like this camouflage uniform, and they kind of like...
Yeah.
They're kind of like street watchers, right?
A little bit. Like, they're not affiliated with cops or police or law enforcement, but they're this... I forget what they're called too. But they're part of this like nonprofit organization who they make sure that like everything's good on the street and people are taken care of and like fights don't break out or, you know, different things like that are not happening.
And that's only in like sketchy areas.
Yes.
Which is very nice. I feel like they should do that in Seattle too.
Yeah,
like
it's
someone
good.
needs to come up with something like that.
I had no idea because I remember I was like, I see a bunch of these people in these uniforms, but...
At least you feel safe. Like, you know, if something would happen, you're not completely by yourself. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we get to... That was good. We stopped like...
Okay.
So we get to... where do we get to?
We get to the hotel.
Oh, yeah, we get to the hotel.
It's self-check-in, self-checkout,
Yeah.
so there's no human interaction at all.
At first we actually got there early.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, what were you saying?
I was saying that there is no human interaction at all. Like you got the code. There's a desk there, but there's nobody there. There's like a little sign that says call if you need help.
If you need anything, call us. But it's like the desk is there for somebody to be there, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, which I don't like. I feel like going into the future, there's going to be more and more no human interaction.
I mean, that type of human interaction to me is not that important, though.
To me, it is important. You know, I love talking to people. Like, you know, where'd you fly in from? From Seattle. Oh, how are you? I love like small.
I feel like that's such like fake shit, though.
Really?
Like, they'll forget as soon as you leave. They'll forget what you even said. You know.
Not if you have like an interesting story.
Do you have an interesting story?
Yes.
You're coming from Seattle. That story's not that interesting.
Okay, but I have a life before Seattle.
Oh my god! And you're trying to say all that?
No, actually not.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, to me, the idea that like we're gonna have less and less like of those types of interactions, I don't really care about that.
Really?
Much.
So going to the grocery store and you don't talk to anyone, you think that's just normal?
I'm not saying it's normal. I'm just saying those are not the type of interactions that I'm like scared we're gonna lose.
Okay, because you don't care about them. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But a person like me that likes to talk to people, if I go to a grocery store, for some reason, I like to talk to people. And also to people who are, maybe if there's someone who lives alone, and to them going to the grocery store is their like social thing for the day.
Yeah, which actually often mine is. But it's
you
not
take
social.
That away, there's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Anyways, but so we couldn't really... so we couldn't check in, so we actually were able to just drop off our bags. We're basically going to take you guys through every little thing that we did on this trip.
That's what I wanted to do. That was like the plan for this podcast. I want you to listen and feel like you traveled. I want you to feel like you got
I feel like
you got on the plane with us and then got to the hotel and then
you basically just came on this trip with us.
Yeah.
But we weren't able to check in as soon as we got there, so we just dropped our bags in these little locker things, and there was a restaurant right next to the hotel, like at the bottom of it, and I actually had saved it. It was like a pretty good restaurant. So we go, it was hella cold. As soon as we got like out of the little thingy, the little train thing, and we went upstairs into the city, we were like, yo, I think we underpacked like hella because it was cold and windy.
That's when I realized that we fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up major. We had like no jacket. I had one sweatshirt. So the entire time we were in the city, all my photos, same sweatshirt. I was wearing pretty much the exact same outfit in all the photos. People would think that I did all that in one day.
So yeah.
So anyways, we go eat. It was all good. The food was fire, actually. I would highly recommend you go. It's called Bodega SF.
Bodega SF?
Yeah, the place we had the pho. It was like the Vietnamese spot. We talked to that bartender.
Oh, right. So when you looked that up, did you know that was right next door?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was pretty cool. Just ask him random questions about what is there to do in San Fran. And
there's this thing I have where, like, when I go to a new city, because I'm not from there, anytime we go to like a new restaurant or a bar or like wherever, and I see somebody that I think like they might be cool, it's so easy for me to just, my go-to question is always like, have you been here before? Or have you guys been here before? When we went to New York, exact same thing. But for some reason, it's the only time, like if I'm in Seattle, I'm never going to do that because I always go to the places I've already been.
Yeah.
And I've been to a lot of places. So I have no reason. And I'm also, I live here.
Yeah, that's
so fair. When we were in San Francisco, I felt like anywhere we went, I had this courage that I don't really have here. And this advantage that because I'm not from here, I can ask someone if they are from the city I'm in. Mm-hmm. And then we can talk about where I'm from and we can talk about where we should go and we should visit because they're from there. And you can like start having this kind of conversation.
Yeah, so, if you listen to our New York episode, Alia did the same. Like she was just like talking to people. Alia becomes a different person when we go to a different city. I'm sorry.
It's true. Like, I have this like gutsiness that I don't have when I'm here.
And I'd be so surprised sometimes. Like we could stand at a light and she would like, I would look this way and then she would just have a conversation with someone. I'd just be like, the fuck? Like, what did I miss?
I don't know. It's so weird because in Seattle, I just feel like I'm from here. I also think because I've been here, I have the sense that I don't want to put any effort in a sense. Like when I'm in a new city, I'm just excited about everything. I don't know, effort for like a good, not even a good time, but like for making something an experience.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always like that when you live somewhere.
Yeah, like when you go visit another place, it's like I just want to talk to the people in that place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here, it's like I don't care to talk to people in Seattle. You know, yeah. I live here.
I still do, but that's just our difference.
Yeah, I guess. But I like how I feel when I'm in a new city.
Yeah. So after we got was it pho, right?
Yeah. So after we got the food, we just went right back to our dorm.
Yeah.
Which it kind of felt like a dorm.
It felt like a dorm for some reason.
It was just a small room with a bed and a bathroom.
Yeah. Which is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even need anything else.
I mean, we weren't trying to like cook or like have a kitchen or anything.
There was no stove. There was no microwave.
I kind of wish there was a microwave.
I kind of wish there was a microwave
and like a pot where you can make hot water.
Yeah. And no, we had hot water.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we did.
Yeah. And we were so sleepy because we only slept 2 hours.
Guys, we were dead.
I took the best nap of my life.
So here's the thing. Okay. I just want to talk about just the first travel day and how the first travel day affects me.
Okay.
Anywhere we go. The first day you get to a new place, right? So maybe you've traveled not a lot, maybe you've traveled a long time. You've already traveled for a whole day and you get to a new place, whatever. But the first day you're in that new city you just traveled to.
Alia has a specific mood she's in.
I have a specific like feeling of overwhelm, of unknown, of anxiety, of stress, and just also tired because you've been traveling and like, you know, whatever.
And if there's anything you need to know about Alia, or if there's anything you know about Alia, is that not knowing something is not her vibe.
Okay, listen. It's not about the fact that I do not know. Like,
no, it kind of is.
Okay. It's the fact that I don't know where anything is. That stresses me out.
It's normal though.
I know, but I feel like I wish that I knew. Like, I don't like...
There's no way
I don't like being lost. It's like an uncomfortable feeling.
You know what? I love that shit for some reason.
I hate it.
Yo, if I go to a new city, right? Let's say I've never been to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
The day we go to Chicago, I would love, even if I went by myself, I would literally walk outside and just get lost, like almost on purpose.
Yeah.
Just to find out new shit. And I don't know what it is, but I think it's so cool to go to a new city you've never been to before, even if I didn't even like speak the language. So let's say if I go to like Spain, I know you would be so stressed.
I know how I was when we went to Italy with my mom and sister last year.
I just know how much fun I'll have. So going to San Fran, like just try to picture this, right? Alia is stressed, looking at the GPS, trying to figure out what to do the whole time. Meanwhile, I'm like the most calm. I'm just looking around. I'm like enjoying what I'm seeing.
But the other thing too was that where we were, I picked for us to be in that place because it's very close to a lot of like transit that we can get to a lot of other areas.
Right.
So I wasn't necessarily trying to hang out like right where we were. And I also I do a lot of research. Okay. I do like a lot of research.
If doing research was a test or a job, Ali would be the best at it.
But it depends what we're doing research about. Like, do I love doing research about food, drinks, desserts, stores, things like that? 100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
But if we do research about some school shit, I don't
Which you're still good at, but you still
I'm still like I can still do it well. Yeah. But anyways, so leading up to our trip, obviously you bet that I did all the Googling of all the things and stuff like that.
I gotta ask you, how do you feel about just being okay with everything that you want to do? Like, I have a couple things that I would like to do, like maybe a couple stores that I want to go to. But do you sometimes wish that I was more involved in looking for things to do?
Hell no. I love that you don't really like do that because then I just have the freedom to just find the places and those are the places we'll go. And of course, like if you have like, you had some places that you wanted to go to, so you let me know and we went there.
Yeah.
But if you also were really involved in like the restaurants to go to and the coffee shops and the little places and areas,
I think it would have made things
it would make things difficult because like whenever I travel with my family, they're a little bit more like me and we all have different things we're interested in. And it's like somebody might want to go to the museum, but somebody else might want to go to the vintage shops.
Someone else might want to go hiking.
Exactly. You know? So
okay, I don't know. For some reason,
works.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say, "Yeah, I wish you kind of cared more" or something like that.
No.
Oh wow!
Not at all.
I did not expect. I mean, yeah. So I just wanted to go. I know there's a Supreme store in San Fran.
Yeah, which we were like right there.
Yeah, and that was perfect. By the way, if you're listening, the Supreme store has the best pants. I could wear any pants from there, from just like the khakis to the denim jeans
like
that they have. They're
not that expensive. When you're hearing Supreme, you're thinking
like pants that are like $130. That's expensive pants.
I don't know. I feel like in today's prices, like Urban Outfitters makes pants for $130. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But
so that's
we were talking about the first day feels.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I told you, your stress was starting to like, it was starting to like,
and I was also tired and I just felt like we needed to regroup. And the first day, also, there's another thing that I feel so much feeling. There's this instant pressure of the time clock starts now until you leave. And I have all this research that I've done, right? So I have all these places that I want to hit. So I'm trying to like make the best itinerary and plan so that once we're in one area, okay, these are like the 5 places that I saved I want to go to. So if we go here, this is what we're hitting. And then from here, we're getting close to this area that has these spots. So we got to go down. Like that's a whole thing, you know? It's like, and then figuring out the transit and how we're going to take what and how we can get there. There's a lot that goes into it, all right?
I have to say.
So that's the thing that I feel like is where the pressure comes from, of figuring out how we can hit all the places and also how we can do it in the most time efficient way. And I'm thinking today's the first day and we came here nice and early so that we feel like we have a full day rather than getting here at like 3 p.m. and half the day is over. So we gotta use the day and the time that we have.
Yeah, which is something that I do appreciate about you.
What?
Just the like the scheduling and just being like on point from like, okay, A, B, C equals to this, 1, 2. Like you're very much just like calculated.
Yeah.
And I always say this, I'm glad that one of us at least is like that, because it's something that I just naturally don't have. Like I'll do it. If you weren't like that, I'll do it.
But it wouldn't be the same. Like if we were both like you, we would definitely do like a lot less, and we would end up eating in like random shit we like find on the way somewhere. We don't know if it's even good. Like you gotta like do your research if you want to have the best experience.
If we were both like me, we would eat at Subway. That was right across the street from us. So one time I was hungry. And I was like, oh, there's a Subway right here. I can get my sandwich.
I was like, there's no way.
There's no way we're eating Subway. We're in San Francisco. Why would you eat her Subway? And in my head, I'm thinking, I just want a sandwich from this place right now. She's like, no, we got to go to this spot that I found. And it has this cute little thing. And I'm just like, okay, listen. Cool, let's go.
But then after we have that cute, yummy thing at that place, you were like, you were right.
And the Subway was across the street from us.
Okay.
No, you were right. It was really good. But I'm just saying, if I was by myself and I'm hungry, food, you know what I realized about myself? Food is not my most, I don't put it very high on my list. Like if I go somewhere new, I want to hit up the stores. I want to see like what vintage shops they have, thrifting, stuff like that. I'll be into that shit.
What else?
But food, I'll eat Subway one night and then the next time I might hit like I don't know. Like I just don't.
That's so disappointing to me. But it doesn't matter because we're together. So like that's never gonna happen.
No, it's never. It's never.
Because
happened.
for me, the first thing is I'm finding out where the fuck are we eating. I'm finding out like every spot.
Listen.
Like,
if you're out there listening, I don't want you to think that I'll just that I just eat like McDonald's and shit. Okay, I don't eat McDonald's like that. Right.
But still, like
I
would even if Subway's there, I will find something else to eat.
But what if you're very hungry at the time?
Okay, if I'm very hungry at the time and there's nothing else open, then yeah. Okay. But I am going to try my best to find something else. And we did. The night that you wanted to go get Subway because it was open, we got ramen. And that ramen was really, really, really good.
Yeah, I think
even though we ate it in our hotel room.
Yeah, I think with me, with food is that I want to make sure that I'm not hungry.
That's your number one priority.
That's my number one. I don't care what I eat.
Nah, for me, it's always...
And then I can have the best day doing whatever I want. I'm not going to be so specific about where
But it's like, that's like you're in a new place. You get to try all these new
I get it.
New places that like... Which brings me to... Okay, so wait. Okay, so first day, I feel like this pod is going to be hella long.
But we slept for like 5 hours, I want to say.
That's what I want to get to. So, because of this overwhelming feeling I've had, at first it was really hard for me to give in. But then we were like, you know what? Let's just get in this hotel room and just chill for as long as we need. Because we were both so tired.
I was so surprised you said that.
I know you were.
I was like,
and honestly, it was the best decision ever.
We really needed that.
I really just like took the pressure and threw it out the door. I was like, you know what? You get out of here.
Congratulations. See, you need to do that more, just all the time.
It felt amazing.
Yeah. If you want to feel more amazing all the time like that, do that more.
So we decided to just stay in, and we had a little TV in the room. So I signed into our little Hulu account. I watched this show that I've been watching.
Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
When you go to a hotel, Airbnb, anything like that, and there's a TV, right?
Yeah.
Do you expect the Hulu or Netflix to already just be signed in for you?
These days? Oh.
I think it should be signed in because some people don't have accounts.
Well, that's on you then. Shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just expected it to just already be on.
I mean, we do. I feel like, I don't know. Is it bad for me to just assume everybody has those now?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
At least Netflix. You have to have at least one streaming service. Like, what are you doing?
Why do you have to?
Are you just not watching TV?
No.
Okay, well, then you're not going to watch it in the hotel room, right?
Okay, cool. Best nap ever. I woke up. I felt like it was a new day.
I slept a little bit, but I was just kind of watching TV and I was like just in bed. It was amazing.
Yeah, I was asleep for real though.
No, you were asleep for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that bed was also insane.
I'm sorry. Hotel beds are pretty fire to me. The only thing that's annoying is that when you have to pull the blanket really, from under the bed.
It really tugged that shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I was, oh my God, just thinking about it. Just for me, it was really the fact that I decided to just say F you to that pressure and just let myself be.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be here. This is what I need to do. Are we in a new city? Yes. Are there a bunch of things that I want to do? Yes. Do I feel like I'm low-key wasting the day that we were like, let's fly in early so we have time to do all these things? Sort of.
Yeah.
But I want to feel good on this trip. I don't want to feel exhausted after the trip. I don't want to feel, I mean, clearly I got sick, so not ideal, but I'm just really happy that I let us do that. Because even if you wanted to do that, but I didn't, we would not have done that.
Oh, not at all.
Like if Yoni wanted to sleep, but I didn't, Yoni would not have slept.
Yeah. We wake up and we go to this restaurant called...
Well, first... No.
I don't want to go like too in detail because this shit's going to be too long.
No, I was just going to say that first we just like walked outside.
Yeah.
And I was going to say that I was ready to be like, okay, as soon as we stepped out, where are we going? Alia on the GPS zooming in, like seeing, okay, so we're here. There's all these, like, there's 4 options. And then I'm like going through the menu.
This is what she does on a daily.
Guys, I'm crazy. I don't know. Tell me if you do this too. Like, let me know.
It's like a machine. Problem. Like as soon as we walk out, she's like, "All right, cool, Yoni. So I have 7 spots. This one has this and this on the menu.
This one has this many reviews,
and then this one has this many reviews, but not that many comments. But if you want to get there, we got to take 2 buses to." I'm like, yo.
And then Yoni was like, you know what? How about we just walk? And I hate walking because I'm like, where are we walking? What direction? I want to make sure it's a direction that if we walk that direction, there are options for us.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want to travel with me? Anyways, so we go on that walk. And let me just tell you.
I do not remember the walk. And I don't care about that walk. What happened on that walk?
Oh, we just walked around. And remember, we walked like up. We got to see like a nice view of the city. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I remember is that we went up those stairs.
We didn't go get the pizza that night?
No, we did. Right? It was right after that walk.
Okay, so I want to get to that.
Okay.
Because the walk is like, people can see the walk. They can't feel it.
Okay, all I want to tell you is that it was very, very cold. And that's when I got sick.
Okay.
That was the night I got sick. Because it was very cold and very windy. And after the walk, we decided to get food.
Yeah, and this restaurant called Del Popolo. It's like this Italian restaurant, and you guys, I have to tell you, I've had many slices and many pizzas in my life.
Many.
But this one right here.
I want to have a moment of silence for it.
Let's have a moment of silence for that amazing pizza that we had.
Not too long though, because we do have to continue recording.
Yes, we do. No, but I was just really remembering. I was trying to like taste the pizza back.
Guys,
it was
just thinking about it. I low-key like want to cry.
Oh my God, you're so like
no,
extra.
But seriously, no, it's actually just my throat getting fucked up.
Like that point. Like if you started crying about the slice of pizza that you had.
I mean, I don't think it would be uncalled for because...
Do you remember the pizza that you had? Was it the mushroom one?
Okay, so we got 2 pizzas. We got the the mushroom one, and we also got the salami, like spicy salami one.
Yes.
I would say I prefer, like, they were both great. I think that the mushroom one is like supreme. Like, it's like the best, I would say the best pizza of my life. And I'm saying this after I've been to Italy last summer and I had food in Italy. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, was it in Rome and is there a lot of touristy people and all that? Like, sure. But at the same time, like, this is the best pizza of my life.
Yeah. If you ever go to San Francisco, you have to stop by there because...
Del Popolo, okay?
Yeah, shout out. And then the person that helped us, I forgot her name. And
I think it was like Michaela.
I don't know, but she said you don't have to say my name.
Oh, shit.
So if you go there, don't look for Michaela, okay?
Well, I mean, she was really nice.
Yeah, she was really cool. And then, so we were sitting on this edge. Oh, first of all, we couldn't sit inside the restaurant because it was pretty packed.
We didn't have a reservation.
Yeah, we didn't have a reservation.
Glad we were able to sit.
So she was like, but we have a spot downstairs outside in the patio. And I'm thinking, like, it's going to be cold. We're going to be somewhere in the basement outside. It's not going to be so nice, right? So we walked to the restaurant.
If you know one thing is that Yoni, if you want Yoni to be good, just make sure that he's warm. Like, if Yoni's cold...
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah. If I'm cold, honestly, don't talk to me.
Because the amount of times that I'm like, oh, let's sit outside, like it's going to be cute. And Yoni's like, no, we're not sitting outside. Yeah. And if we do sit outside, he's going to be in the worst mood.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the worst mood. And it's just I don't know. I just don't like being cold, especially if I'm eating, Like I always prefer to sit inside. I hate eating outside.
If it's cold.
Yeah, if it's cold, but even sometimes, like when it's not, I just love being inside the restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, so we walk to the restaurant. We go all the way to the back.
We went outside and walked and sat outside because they have heating lamps.
They have heating lamps, right?
And pillow blankets.
And cute little blankets.
Pillows, the whole bed.
What? A whole bed? Yo, that'd be pretty funny.
No, because I was
pillows
like,
and blankets. Yeah, and I don't know. I posted a lot of photos of that on my story. It was a really cute night. Alia dropped one of her rings in the bushes.
So, yeah.
And I don't know how you always keep dropping shit.
So you were saying that it was like on a little terrace. So we were elevated and then to our left or right or whatever.
It was just bushes and just grass.
Bushes, but it was like lower. So to get there, you had to like walk. Anyways, and I was just playing with this ring, and I was taking it off my finger, and it dropped on the table, and then it dropped on the table and basically kind of like hopped off the table into the bushes.
Right before that happened, I was thinking like, it would suck to lose something in there. And first of all, it was dark too.
Yeah. And
these bushes are pretty tall. If you drop some shit in there, let alone a ring, it's over.
Yeah,
it's really
that small,
done. Yeah. After that, we just went home. We went to I think like a small little corner store. Got some snacks.
It was very like NYC. Yeah. When we were in San Fran, I did feel like it had a lot more European influence than I expected it to have for being like West Coast and even like California.
Yeah.
Because like LA doesn't have that European vibe to it at all. And then everything like in the Pacific Northwest is also not very European influenced. So I was surprised.
From our experience.
Yeah, maybe from my experience.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, day 2. We wake up and we hit the thrift stores everywhere. Alia had a list of like, I think maybe 7 different spots, 6 different spots.
I had like a spot where I knew everybody said like, this is a street you have to go on because you can hit like it's like it was a clump of them.
Oh, Mission District?
No, it was like Haight and something else.
You called it Hyatt. Oh wait, it's called Hyatt.
No, it's called Haight.
Really?
Whatever. It's
one of the stores that we went to.
I said Height.
Oh, okay.
And it's Haight.
Oh.
I might still be wrong, but whatever.
Yeah, we hit up a couple spots.
We went like back to back to back. And that's pretty much what we did all like the second day.
That's all we did.
We got food in the morning. And we actually didn't really find, even though even though I was really excited that there was a lot of thrift stores, that's like a good sign, and there's a lot of like good shit there. And
there's a lot of people walking around too.
Yeah, it was a very cute area. There's a lot of stuff going around. There's like a lot of restaurants and coffee shops and stuff. I got really excited and I was like, oh, we're going to find like a lot of vintage stuff, because that was the main things that I even did research for. I was like, where's the food and where are the vintage stores? Like, that's all I wanted.
Those are two things. When we travel somewhere, those are the two things we look for.
That's kind of the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
And then you have obviously like the sites and stuff like that come with just being in the city anyways.
Yeah, obviously.
But I feel like it wasn't as successful that first day.
We went to Indigo Vintage, which was a cool store.
Stop saying vintage.
No, it has to be vintage now.
No, because now people think that you actually say vintage.
No, it's vintage. Ever since that episode, I don't know if you watched it when I say, is it vintage or is it vintage?
And if people don't know that episode, they're going to think that you say vintage.
Well, it is what it is. Didn't find anything there. I think we hit up like Wasteland and 2nd Street. That was the same day, right?
Yeah.
That was all right, but I didn't find anything.
I just feel like, I don't know, I was a little, like I didn't find one that had like meaty stuff, you know?
Yeah. Except the last one that we went to.
That was the last day though.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, on the second day is when I got my Supreme pants also.
No, that was the third day.
Oh, that was the third day? Okay. I got some fire pants, you guys. I don't know if, I think I posted them, but.
But there is something. So after that, anyways, we went, we got food. The food was good. And then we were, sorry, a lot of talking, so my throat is getting dry. So the thing that is the most memorable about the second day is we're going home. Mm-hmm. So we waited for the train, we waited for the streetcar, and we got on the streetcar.
Right. Streetcar?
Yeah.
The train. You said train.
No, it was a streetcar.
Really?
Yeah. It was the streetcar. It wasn't a bus, and it wasn't the train that goes underground. It was the streetcar.
Yo, why don't I now remember that? What do you mean, the streetcar?
That's what it's called. It's like a streetcar that is connected.
Oh, the train that's like outside.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Right. Because at first, it starts downstairs also, and then it went up.
The one that we took was on the street.
Yes.
It started on the street and it stayed on the street.
Okay.
Oh, it did go underground. You're right. It did go underground.
You guys see? That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever.
Okay, so.
Anyways, so this is the train story. Oh. Or streetcar story or whatever.
Let's call it a train for people who, just so they won't think it's a car.
Okay, fine. Do you want to tell it?
Yes. So we were on the way home. And it's probably, 11 p.m., 10 p.m.?
No, it's not that late.
It's early.
It's actually, I think it was like 8.
It was the night the Warriors were playing.
Oh, yeah.
And we were planning on going to the game, but then we ended up not going because tickets are super expensive.
Yeah.
So we go to the train. We get on the train, and I'm taking photos of Alia.
We're riding. The thing is, like, I looked on the app. We got the right car, the right train, and I looked at it, and then I kept checking it every now and then while we were on board. Like, we still have a few stops. Like, we're good.
Exactly. So Ali's taking photos of me. I'm taking just like randomly.
Yeah, you know, it's like I'm vlogging and I'm taking videos and shit.
Yes, and Ali is sitting across from me. So it's very easy for me, like, because usually anytime I see Ali, like, doing something, I'm like, oh, let me take a picture.
Yeah, you're just constantly taking photos.
Right. So we get from underground, we go upstairs. I still at that moment didn't realize because our station is still downstairs. Mm-hmm. We turn, we're outside now. And I'm actually looking outside like, wow, I could see the bridge. It was some bridge. I don't know. It wasn't the Golden Gate Bridge, but it was another bridge. And I'm like, wow, I haven't seen this yet on this trip.
Oh, well, no. We get outside because I realized that we passed our stop.
Oh, wait, did you realize it after?
No, I realized it when I looked at the phone because we started going, like when we were back outside, it was dark, but it was dark and there was no buildings around us. Like we were close by the water. And I was like, hold on, that means we passed our stop because our stop is like in the middle of the city before you get to the water.
Yeah.
So I looked on the map, and you know how on the map you can like press that thing where it takes you to where you are?
Yeah.
Like to like your current location. And it was way past our stop. So I was like, oh, damn, we got to get out. So we get out. And we're like by the edge of the water. Like it's kind of nothing around us.
Yes, but I feel like during the daytime, it's really nice in that area.
Yeah, it probably is really nice.
So we get out. And usually, I don't know what I was thinking, but so we get out. And I see a train coming from the other side, obviously going to the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So instead of just waiting on the side and so you can get into the next train, I thought we had to cross the street and take it from the other side.
Cross the tracks.
Yeah, cross the tracks.
Whoa.
To get there. And so Alia she started running with me.
Yeah, well, so
I was
there's
like
the platform. Because I feel like I want to explain it again for people that didn't understand.
Yes, no, like, okay, the platform, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so it's like you pull up into the station and there's the platform that you get off of that train and you walk on that platform. And usually at a subway or at anything, usually if you want to go back to the direction you just came from, you just walk across the platform, which is big or small or whatever. And then you take the other bus or train that's going the opposite direction.
And for some reason, I decided to cross the tracks and take it from the other side. There was no doors on the other side of that.
No. There were doors on the other side of the train. The reason why you thought we had to cross the tracks and go on the other side is because there was this little platform that was made for people that needed accessibility aid. Like people that were like on a wheelchair or something like that. Yeah. That's what that platform was made for. But you thought that was just the platform.
Which wouldn't make sense because it's just only this one specific small area.
Yeah, and it's also for one door. Like, the car has multiple doors.
So we get to the other side, and Alia was in front of me, and she's like, the door's not opening.
The door is not opening, and this is where, like, the train had already pulled into the station.
Yes, so now we realize, oh, fuck, we have to cross the tracks again.
Yeah.
And obviously by that time, we missed the train.
Yeah.
And we had to wait.
I was
30 minutes.
So mad.
You had to wait at least 30 minutes.
Well, we had to wait. No, actually, at first, I was like, okay, well, the next one is coming in 15. I think it was like 15 minutes. And by that time, there was other people that started to like wait for the train. And we're like, okay, cool. And then 15 minutes later, another train comes. But this one says not in service or like test train or something like that.
Yeah.
It goes by. By that time, I look around. All the people that were on the platform with us waiting for that same train were gone.
They were gone.
They disappeared.
Which is the mystery of that night because until now, we still don't know where they went.
I have no idea.
I still believe that they got on that.
That train didn't stop there, though.
So where did all these people go?
Because also the guy that was standing, there was like a short, like older dude that was waiting for the train, and then he walked in our direction, and then I never saw him walk back, and that train just didn't stop. I swear that, I don't know. It was kind of a mystery to us in that moment. We were like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And
I took a picture of that exact moment because I'll never forget that shit.
And so there was another train that was going to come in another like 12 minutes or so. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just wait for that one. But by this point, first of all, it was so cold. And again, no jacket, like wearing just a crew neck and like maybe a long sleeve underneath. It was so cold. And we're also right by the water too.
Yeah, pretty windy.
So we wait. And then there was like another guy that came up and he was like, have you guys been waiting here long?
And he's a local from there, obviously.
Yeah.
Like he was nice.
And he was the one that told us that there's a basketball game happening. And usually during this time, like he said, like maybe they're unreliable. And also later in the day, these types of things, like even if it says it's coming in 10 minutes or whatever, they're not reliable.
Yeah.
So we waited another 10 minutes. And after that, we were like, you know what? This is not happening. We've been here for like almost kind of an hour, because it also kept saying it was coming and no car was coming. Just nothing was coming.
That was so frustrated. I think, and that was all because of me. Because the train that we were supposed to take was right there in front of us.
Right. Like it was like perfect timing.
And we decided to go around it. Like the train was actually in the way of us crossing the tracks.
Yeah.
That's how close. So long story short, we took the Uber. I think it was a pretty nice ride, right?
Yeah, it was
through the
fine.
city.
We also discovered that San Fran has like self-driving cars.
Yo, I've never seen a car drive itself.
And I don't know if I would be like comfortable getting in that car.
It's an Uber. There's people sitting in those cars with no driver.
No, I know. Like the car is just driving by itself. They're just on their phone and then the car is just moving. Nobody, like no human is controlling that car.
I kept seeing, before I realized what it was, I kept seeing those cars with like those sensors on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never seen cars like that. And I kept seeing them all throughout the city.
Yeah, and it's like, what is that?
But then one day I actually like
looked over.
And there was nobody driving. The steering wheel is actually just moving by itself.
Crazy.
And there's like this lady sitting in the passenger seat just on her phone.
Yeah.
That is wild.
I know. I feel like we're very late to the game.
No.
Maybe this has been around for a long time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But that was just like super weird. And then what did we do when we got home that night?
Oh, well.
We just went to bed,
when we got home
no?
that night, yeah, we just went to bed because also I was like, that's when the sickness was hitting me for real.
Yeah, and we wanted to get some soup, but everything was late.
No, that was the third day.
Oh, okay.
No, because we had just eaten dinner.
Oh, right.
So we just went to sleep. Like we just watched TV and went to bed.
So day 3.
Day 3, we were hitting the Mission District. And before that, I had to go get a jacket.
Yeah, it was time for Ali to get a jacket.
Like it was so bad.
Ali was officially sick.
I was officially like coughing, not feeling good at all. Yeah. And we ended up going to Aritzia and getting me a jacket. But the problem is, nobody really had jackets anymore because it's supposedly spring, except it's not because it was cold. Yeah. Everywhere. They were like, oh, we're about to get our summer line coming in. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, in like 2 weeks, right?
No, like the next week.
Oh.
I was like, where?
Yeah. Well, Ali got a jacket. It was a pretty nice jacket, so I'm glad you were.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice jacket, but I feel like I didn't really end up even wearing it. It wasn't even that warm of a jacket.
Yeah.
Anyways. And we decided to go to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And honestly, as a kid growing up, I always wanted to go there. Mm-hmm. But it just felt like growing up in Belgium or like anywhere else I was like, that bridge just seems so far away from where I am.
Yeah.
And actually just being there, it was pretty cool. And it's way bigger than I knew it was big, but just being on that bridge, you can walk for an hour and still not get to the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how long we decided to walk on the bridge. And I think we walked.
It wasn't even the plan.
Yeah, no. And we didn't even walk to the second, like, thing.
No, we
walked past the first one and, like, almost the second one, I think.
That bridge was amazing. I took some nice photos.
Yeah, it was so nice. And
it was pretty windy.
I'm really glad that we did that. It was very touristy. And there's also another thing about like this thing that I feel that when I go to a new city, I don't want to do like the touristy things. I want to do what the locals do.
Yeah, because you're too cool for touristy things.
Yeah, because I don't know why I think about these stupid things. But then I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, let me just do the touristy shit and go to the most famous place that people go to in San Francisco. Like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, why not? It's so stupid.
I know, it's stupid. There's just something about it that, I mean, I kind of want to do a little bit of both. Like, I didn't do all the touristy things. Like, I didn't ride the little train thing.
You want to do a balance of two. Yeah. You don't want to just like, I'm too cool to do anything touristy, and now you're missing out on like the most,
like some like cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really nice. You get a nice city view of downtown.
And then before we actually got on the bridge, there was a guy who was taking pictures on the Polaroid, Polaroid camera, and he was like, "Yeah, would you like a picture? It's $10 for one photo and $15 for two." And then he was like, yeah, this camera was actually my mother's camera from, I think it says like 1960s. And when I look at that camera, it's a new camera. It kind of looked like Urban Outfitters.
An Urban Outfitters Polaroid camera.
So I was like, because a camera from the 1960s kind of has to be like fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's been through some generations.
No, exactly. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. He take the picture, gave him $10. He took the photo.
Oh, that photo.
And he was like, you just put it in your pocket, take it out in 10 minutes or so, right?
Yeah.
I didn't take it out I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot about it until after we came back from
the bridge. And I was like, oh shit, I have this photo in my pocket. So I was so excited. I look at the photo. I thought the photo was amazing. I still think I love that photo, right? Then I show Alia, and in my head I was like, please, Alia, I hope that you love this photo because I want to post it. Alia looks at it and she's like, ew.
Okay,
and in my head I'm like, oh no.
I was wearing this t-shirt that was kind of a boxy fit t-shirt, and the way that I was standing, it just made me look like I was pregnant or I gained like 30 pounds.
I'm not gonna lie, it does.
It makes me look like a square.
Yeah, it makes you look like a square, but I mean the photo is still so nice. And can I please post it?
No.
Really?
I mean, you can maybe like post it on the story just so that people get the reference.
Okay,
maybe.
You guys, I'm gonna post this photo on the WTJ podcast Instagram account on the story, right?
On the story, yeah. That can be a permanent post. I'm
really?
Sorry.
Let's just post it on the feed and see what people say.
Maybe we can do a slide on WTJ of just like this some SF like photos.
That means that we have to stay there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can be like in the slide, so it's not like the main photo.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna post that photo, and I think it's still a very cute photo.
I don't know. I just can't get over how I look like, and my hands are like this.
I don't know why you're standing. You were standing like a soldier.
Yeah, except I wasn't, but I just didn't know it. And
also the way the guy took that photo
was so bad. I
can tell he's not he doesn't have like an eye for a photographer, because the bridge was like, it was weird.
Like you have to do it so that the people are on the side and then the bridge is on the other side.
Yeah, we were just like in the middle.
And also he overexposed the shit out of it because he was like putting the settings in.
Yeah,
making it seem like I just want to make sure that I get the settings.
Yeah,
right.
He had probably like the ISO was like on like fucking
and the settings were fucked up. Yeah. Anyways, it was cute, and then we walked on the bridge. We got in like hella steps.
Yes, we got the bridge. We already talked about the bridge.
Shit, okay.
No, I just want to just get to day 4 because...
Okay, and then we went to the Mission District and had the best fucking burrito.
Oh shit, so aggressive.
I'm sorry, because that burrito deserves aggression.
Okay.
All I care about when I travel is the food, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I care about the food, I care about walking on the streets, and I care about finding some good vintage finds. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that they have plaques on the walls that actually says best burrito in the United States of America, and it's actually very true. And there was no rice in the burrito.
They got a James Beard Award.
I don't know what a James Beard Award is.
It's the Oscars and the Grammys for music, the Oscars for film. Like, it's like that for food.
Really?
Yes. That's James Beard Award.
That's the biggest award you can get for food.
Yeah. Damn. It's like a high, respectable, like it's crazy that a restaurant like that, because it's not like a fine dining, like all the little thingies.
It's
like
not no bougie
expensive.
shit.
It's no bougie shit. It's like legit, like hard, fast,
culture
good,
shit.
like just flip it, fuck it. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
It just, I can feel like it's like the deep culture is put into that food.
Yeah. It was so good. And
we got, basically, I just want to give the order just in case you don't know. So we're talking about La Taqueria, okay?
Okay.
La Taqueria. And we got the carnitas and carne asada super tacos. So we got it with all the things in it. And we got them El Dorado style. So they're basically...
El Dorado style.
So it's basically like cooked on all the sides so that the outside tortilla is crispy.
Crispy and golden.
Oh my God. And like a little like oily.
Yo, it's crazy.
It was insane.
I posted a photo of it so you can see it.
It was also the best taco of my life.
Sometimes when people say this is the best you've ever had, for some reason, I don't believe it. I automatically, I'm like, yeah.
Well,
whatever.
like the best for who and compared to what, you know?
So when I tasted that shit, you guys, I'm telling you, this is the best burrito you'll ever had in your life.
I mean, maybe like this is the best burrito you'll ever have, like in the U.S. I would say, because you know, like, yeah, I've never been to Mexico. I'm sure that if you go to Mexico, like the burritos there are like the burritos, you know. Yeah. But this was insane. Yeah. It was insane. It was so good.
It was good. If you visit San Fran, you have to go. Oh, and by the way, sorry. Someone told me you cannot say San Fran.
Or
you have to, because people will get they get mad at you. Or
I don't know why. I've heard that too, and I don't know why.
And I'm like, so you mean to tell me that every time I talk about San Francisco, I have to say San Francisco?
It's so long.
That's a long ass. That's like the longest city in America.
Massachusetts is.
Oh shit! Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Seattle's quick, New York quick, but San Francisco.
Or just say SF, but SF doesn't roll.
I think SF is also something that they don't want you to do. What? They don't want you to say.
Okay, San Francisco, chill out. Let's relax, okay?
Yeah, San Fran, I don't know. I kind of like it. It's like quick San Fran.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's name or something.
Yeah.
Are we on day 4 now?
Well, no. And then I was going to say, after we got the tacos, we were going to walk to Valencia Street that has like a bunch of thrift stores and stuff like that, and vintage stores. So we're gonna do that. But then on our way there, Yoni found a tattoo shop.
Oh my god. Yo, was I gonna skip the tattoo?
Yeah. Well, so Yoni's like, hey, I'm gonna just go in here real quick, because Yoni has a bunch of tattoos that he's been trying to get
forever, for a very long time.
He has a running list.
Yes, and we walk down. So there's like a main street, and then there's a small side street that for some reason we had to take to get to the vintage shop, right? Mm-hmm. So I see these 2 guys outside just standing. I look up at the building.
Very small tattoo shop. Like you almost could miss it.
Yeah, and it says tattoo. I'm like, oh, let me just walk in here. Told them what I wanted. There was a guy that was open for walking.
Actually, you didn't even tell them what you wanted. You just kind of wanted to see their flash, like their
Oh
books
yeah, I just
stuff.
wanted to see what they had, and I was like, wait, maybe I can get like my camera tattoo that I've been wanting to get for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, you know, I had and that was kind of a risk, because this camera tattoo is probably my most like
sentimental one.
Yes, important tattoo. So I told him, I said, hey, I have this camera and I really wanted to get it right here on my arm. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, you have a picture of it? Yes, I have my files on my phone, pulled it up, right? And I showed it to him, and I was like, but I don't want it to look too like realistic. Just kind of make it like in a like traditional style, right? Mm-hmm. So we got it done like right away. Oh no, not actually, because he had to like draw it up and stuff. So we had to like wait.
But the thing is,
we had to wait for like almost an hour.
But he didn't say that, because when we asked him, you were like, oh, so how long? Because I asked you, I was like, can you ask how long do you think it's going to take? And then you asked like, oh, so how long do you think this is going to take? And he's like, oh, it shouldn't be like too long. It's going to be like a quick thing. I just have to draw it.
I think he was talking about, oh yeah, exactly. I just have to draw it. So I'm thinking tops 15 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yes. So we're sitting down and an hour goes by. Meanwhile, Alia wanted to do some shit.
Meanwhile, I was like, I'm ready. Like, we just ate.
And it's our last day.
It's our last full day. Yeah.
It's our last full day.
I was ready to like do other things, you know. I was kind of mad. Not mad, but I was a little bit frustrated at Yoni. I was like, this is what you want to do right now. Like, you can always get a tattoo in this like traditional style when we go back home. Like, I get it, San Francisco, you want to get that. Like, can you get something smaller?
It's always nice to get a tattoo like in a new city, you know? So you'll always remember like, oh, I got this one in San Fran. I got this one in. I just wanted that.
No, and I totally get that.
But I didn't need it to be like that one.
Yeah,
know?
You could have gotten like the dice and make it like a small thing or something else.
Yeah.
So an hour goes by.
And then he's like, all right, I'm ready.
To show you the drawing.
The drawing. So we didn't even get started on the tattoo at all.
We didn't even get the stencil done yet.
Yeah. So he shows it to me a little bit bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's...
I mean, halfway through waiting, you were like, did I ever tell him how big I wanted it?
Oh, yeah. Because he didn't ask me how big I wanted. He just started to draw it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck, it's too late. Like, in my head, I knew whatever he drew, that was going to be it.
Yeah.
Unless he was just going to be, like, big,
Yeah.
So anyways, he comes up with it. And he was like, where do you want it? We kind of, like, try to see where I should place it.
Meanwhile, once he came, the tattoo guy came with the drawing and everything, I was like, damn, this is gonna take a long time. I'm not about to wait here and like just because also there was these 2 stores that I wanted to go to that were on Valencia.
Yeah.
And it was right there, and I was like, I'm gonna wait this whole time. My phone was dying. And
it was a bad combo.
It was a bad combo of the fact that I wanted to leave with my phone dying.
Yeah.
In a place that I didn't know.
Yeah. If some shit happens,
and my phone's dead, like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But either way, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take an Uber all the way to the vintage store so I can like save some time because the vintage store was about to close. It was closing at 7 or 6 or something. So I took the Uber all the way there, went to that vintage store, looked through all the things. I found a few things. And then there was another one that I walked to a few blocks and went to that one. This was all while Yoni was doing his thing. And at the second one, I had about like 7% battery. So I stayed off my phone the whole time. Now that I think about it, I probably could have asked somebody like, hey, do you have an iPhone charger that I can use? Because I'm sure they probably had one.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. Should have. Anyways, but that vintage store that I went to, the second one, was really, really good. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, I'm going to look through all these racks. And they were closing an hour later. I think they were closing at 7.
Right.
So I was like, I've got time to look around.
And while I'm getting my tattoo, I try to call you just to see if you're still alive.
Oh, yeah, because I hadn't really told you what I was doing.
So I was like, yeah. So I was like, let me just call Alia and see if she's still alive. Call her. I know I texted you. The message does not get delivered. For some reason, your phone does that. It doesn't get delivered.
Weird.
Yeah, it doesn't get delivered right away. It comes up way later. So then I call you and...
I didn't answer.
You didn't answer. The guy's doing my tattoo. Now I'm starting to think the whole time, like, fuck. What if something happened to Alia and I'm over here getting a tattoo?
Right. Like, and it's like, what are you going to do right now?
And I do not know where you're at. I do have you on my...
Find my iPhone.
Find my iPhone.
Did you look at it?
Yeah, I looked at where you were. But then you just stayed there.
Oh.
So I knew you were there, but then also like maybe like your phone was just there and then you left or somebody like, fucking took you somewhere. Oh. So I was thinking all these things and then you texted me
Basically
back.
What happened was I was in the changing room and my phone was on the ground under like my clothes because I was trying on shit.
Yeah.
Obviously everything was fine.
Yeah, obviously everything was fine. Long story short.
But I was trying on some fire shit. I actually got these jeans from there.
Yeah.
And I also got this from there.
Yeah.
Just wearing everything from there.
Yeah.
Found the best jeans of my life.
That's the one. We never ended up going there with me, right?
No, it's the good one that we went with you the next day.
Okay, what's the name of it?
Afterlife Collective.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit.
Guys, if you're in SF, you gotta go.
Yeah,
to Afterlife Collective
best
in the
vintage
Mission District
store by far.
Like it's very much like if you're wondering what our kind of ideal vintage store is that.
Yeah.
It has a bit of everything. Like it has really good women's clothes, but also really good men's clothes. A lot of denim.
Yeah.
So good.
So, anyways, Alia.
Oh well, hold on.
You want to tell the story about? Okay, like
just a quick story. So, right, I'm by myself. I answer Yoni. I tell him, "Hey, I'm good. I'm actually about to check out and then come home. I mean, not come home. Go back to the tattoo shop." And I check out, and it was getting dark. Okay, it was like 7:30 or 7:45 at this point. It was starting to get dark out. But when I step outside, this is on Valencia Street, and we didn't really walk on that street yet. It was really nice out. Like it was a nice energy. It actually wasn't very cold. I had my jacket, my new jacket with me, so I was warm.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to walk. It was a 20-minute walk to get to Yoni. Which in retrospect, like, that's not very long.
Okay. And it's dark out.
It's like, it's getting dark.
Okay.
So I knew by the time that I was going to get to you, it was going to be dark. But I was like, I'm going to walk. It's nice out. There's hella people on the street. Nice vibes. I was feeling good. So I was like, I want to feel like the San Francisco vibes.
The nightlife style.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm just going to walk. Let you know, I did not tell Yoni that I was walking because I knew that he was going to be like, no, don't walk. Take the Uber or whatever.
Big mistake.
I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
And I knew that you were going to get mad at me that I was going to walk. So I didn't tell you. So I started walking. Everything's good.
So when you told me 7 minutes away.
I was 7 minutes away.
Walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't lying about when I was like, again, let me remind you, my phone is on its way to die.
Okay.
Okay, my phone right now is at 5%.
So think about it. Her phone is about to die and she doesn't tell me that she's walking. So I'm thinking she's at the shop and she's in the Uber.
Oh, that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right. That makes sense.
If something happened, I'm going straight to that shop.
And then you're saying she took an Uber.
She took an Uber and then whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're just walking the streets.
Right.
By yourself with your little bag.
I didn't have a bag. I had the clothes because they didn't have no bag. So I was working with the clothes in my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so I'm walking and I put on my little GPS with my 5% battery. Mm-hmm. I wrote the name of the tattoo shop. Mm-hmm. It's called, can I say the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's called Frisco Tattoo. Okay? So I wrote Frisco Tattoo on my Google Maps to see, because I kind of knew like the two streets that I knew about, Mission and Valencia, they're parallel to each other, you know? And I knew that I kind of could orient myself. So I was like, I know that I just have to walk down Valencia to 24th Street and then turn left. So I didn't use my GPS the whole time that I was walking there because I wanted to save battery. So I walk down Valencia and I'm getting to 24th. So I put on my GPS Frisco Tattoo to see like how much further do I have to walk when I turn left. I turn left. It says I still got 6 minutes. I was thinking it was about to be around the corner. And I was like, damn, another 6 minutes. By this time it's dark. So I'm like, shit. I should have taken the Uber. But I'm like, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen. Girls, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you've thought about it. Like, nothing's going to happen.
I feel like my sister does the same thing. It's like, nothing, what's going to happen? It's like, no, you don't want to wait for some shit to happen and then be like, oh, this could happen.
Anyways, so I keep walking and right where I turn on 24th Street, I get to this intersection of 24 and Mission or something.
I'm sure people love these names.
It's really sketch at this very intersection because it's like right where the subway stops are. So like there's a lot of transit shit. And I say it's sketch because there's just like a lot of people of various vibes and stuff like that just hang around there. And just for a little girl like me to be walking by herself, you can imagine it's just not ideal.
Not a little girl.
No, not a little girl, but you know what I mean. It's like I'm tiny. Like I'm not a threatening person.
No, you're like a piece of cake.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like a piece of cake for somebody who is a little messed up in the head. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta walk through this intersection right now. Like all corners are this vibe. So I'm like, I'm gonna just do it. Like, what am I gonna do? It tells me that I have to go this way.
Please don't ever do that again. That's so like not responsible. Like, why do you? And I get it. What's gonna happen?
Because I'm thinking it's stupid. Like, I'm already here. I'm gonna call an Uber for what would have been a 5-minute walk.
Sometimes it's worth it because some people are so messed up, but you just
I know it's just it's annoying.
You know how not worth it would have been if something were to happen?
Yeah, I know. So anyways, I keep walking and I get to the tattoo shop. It's the wrong tattoo shop.
You guys.
Because this tattoo shop has 2 locations. One is called Frisco Tattoo. The second one is called Frisco Tattooing.
She went to the wrong location.
I went to the wrong location. And I'm thinking in my head, I have to walk back through that intersection to get to the other tattoo shop.
Again.
So I'm like, no, there's no way. It's too dark. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. At this point, I'm sweating because I'm trying to walk fast because it's dark. I'm by myself.
You're carrying the clothes.
At this point, there aren't a lot of cute little vibes on the street. Those vibes are back there on Valencia. I'm far away. I'm 7-minute walk from there. So I'm like, I got to call an Uber. My phone is on 3% now.
Oh my God.
So I call an Uber and the Uber comes. This guy's probably like, yo, this girl's having me drive her 3 minutes away. Like, what is this?
He has to understand.
But he has to understand that it's like, why is this girl even by herself here? Whatever. I take the Uber.
Like, who dropped you off here?
Yeah, right?
Like,
how did you get to this random? It's also random. Like, there's nothing there, too.
Damn. I would have called the Uber so long ago.
I got in the Uber. He drove me to the tattoo shop. Yoni had just finished his tattoo.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That tattoo really... Oh, I don't know if we can... Are we going to be able to zoom in?
No, we're not going to do all that.
No, like, please. I want to show the people how it looks.
Okay.
So, and then I also just want to give you the story behind this camera, okay?
Okay.
You have to know. So this is the first camera that I ever had. Mm-hmm. All right. So back in 2015, I was still shooting with my iPhone, and I was booked to shoot like a music show for someone. Reached out to me. My homie Cameron actually reached out to me on Instagram, and then he was like, hey, we got cool after, but at that time I actually didn't know him like personally, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, someone's booking me to go shoot his show in Portland. And I was like, okay, cool, you know. So we set up a meeting, and so he's thinking the whole time that I have a camera. He doesn't know that all the photos on my Instagram at the time were just all iPhone photos. So he's telling me, I love your photos and I love how you capture things, you know. And the whole time in my head, I'm thinking, this person doesn't know that I do not have a real camera. So I listened to him. I'm like, yeah, dope. The whole time I'm thinking, how am I going to tell him? So then when he's done, I'm like, hey, bro, just so you know, I really appreciate you, you know, offering this and all that. But I actually don't have a real camera. And then he was like, oh, like he was really nice about it, you know, and I told him that I was going to figure it out, you know, it's all good. So I go to my friend's, Ian's house. What did I say? I go to my friend's Ian's house. So I go to one of my best friends. His name is Ian. Shout out to Ian if you're listening. And I tell him the story, and I told him how I just didn't have a camera, but I was really actually planning on just trying to go like that.
Yeah.
So I tell Ian the story, and he had a camera actually that he never really uses, but he just kind of like had it in his house, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to his room, and then he was like, hey, you know, you can use this camera, you can borrow it, and then obviously, you know, whenever you're done with Portland, just bring it back to me.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I have a camera to go shoot, right?
But you never used a camera before.
I never really used I never used that camera before, and I didn't even really like test it before we had to go. But I have a whole story with what happened in Portland, but we got the photos done. I don't want to make it like too long, you know.
Yeah.
So I get back to Seattle, and I think that was like maybe 2 months before my birthday, right? Which is in December. So this is happening like wintertime.
Yeah.
I give the camera back to Ian, and he was like, you know, I can't take this camera back from you, because like he saw like how much passion I had and how much I just like just appreciated the camera and how excited I was to have one. He was like, you can just keep it. You'll do a lot more with this camera than I ever will.
Yeah.
And that was like, still to this day, that was like the best gift I ever had, ever, like from anyone.
Yeah.
You know? And so, and it's this exact tattoo. That's why I chose to have it like right here, because I can always like see it. And it's always like a reminder of like the beginning of the journey. I still have that camera.
Yeah.
And I shot with that camera for 5 years straight.
Yeah.
I did so much with that. I went on tour with that camera.
You did everything with that camera.
Yeah. And if you go on my Instagram, if you scroll just all the way back, you can just see like the progress of me just learning and teaching myself photography and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's kind of crazy that I just walked in a tattoo shop and I was like, oh yeah, let me just get this camera. I didn't really check that guy's work or anything.
That's one thing that I was thinking when you were doing all that. I was like, damn, you're gonna get that tattoo like at this not random place, but it was random in the sense that for me, I like to do my research and like choose the person that I'm like, this is the person right for like this spot, you know?
Yeah, that just tells you how, like, I just walked in and I was just like, okay, cool. This was not even the plan for the day.
Yeah, but it turned out really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Cool enough to where on day 4, I was like, I want to get a tattoo too.
Yeah. On day 4, Al, you got a tattoo. You actually, nobody haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I didn't show it just because, I don't know. I just didn't think to like show it, you know? It's like, if you want to see it, you can look on my vlog.
Okay.
Why? Do you want me to show it right now?
No, I mean, it's cool. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you can post a photo later.
Yeah. But I got 2 little tattoos, and I kind of wanted to like quickly talk about how like when I get tattoos, I'm always scared that the person giving me the tattoo is going to judge my tattoo. But then, especially if it's like a place where it's very kind of masculine energy and it's very traditional, hardcore tattoos. And I have a hard time even finding tattoo people, like tattoo artists, to do my whatever tattoo I want, because I go on their page or whatever page of the tattoo shop and I see, and everybody does these like massive, like full back animal, vampire, tiger, death, big piece thing. And I just want like, give me a little heart with the arrow in it. You know what I mean? And
so you feel like,
so I feel like they probably don't give a shit about my tattoo. Yeah. They're not going to try to make it good. And they're probably judging me for getting something so like basic, small.
Especially if it's like a big guy with like head tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to give me my little like lime tattoo that I got when we went to New York. So anyways, so if you're watching and listening to this, I said, you know what, fuck it. And I went to that place, and the place that gave me the tattoo, the guy that gave me the tattoo was kind of one of those guys. He was like kind of cool, and like
we called first and you said, hey, I was there actually yesterday. Yoni got a tattoo. He was like, I wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, oh, great start.
She was like, oh Jesus. Because that was like your only connection.
Yeah, I was like, I already been here, like I know you guys.
He was like, I wasn't here.
He was like, I don't know you. Yeah, but I did get 2 tattoos. Yes, not yesterday. Over there.
Yeah,
and glad I did.
You have more coming up actually too.
Yeah, and I have some that I'm getting next week. I'm trying to like add to my little collection. I have 6 tattoos now.
Yeah, same. Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. I think you have 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to add more. Like I have this airplane. I'm sure you've seen this before. That's just because I have this one. Are we doing like a tattoo tour?
No, right now.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about this one right now. And this is just because I've lived in
so many places.
So many different places, different countries, continents, and I don't know. And at first I got this one, but it was without the box. And I felt like it was kind of like awkward without the box. It was just like an airplane just floating.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me put it in like some type of shape.
Yeah.
I think it looks a little bit better, but I definitely want to add more to it because it's still...
I don't know. I like it. I feel like it's original. I haven't seen anyone like that.
Yeah, I'm going to add something else to it.
Yeah. I like very tiny little tattoos. Okay, since you're talking about it, I'm going to just show mine.
Okay, cool.
So the tattoos that I got, you probably... I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's kind of crusty right now. If you know the game, it's called Rummy or Rummy Cube. In Romanian, we call it Remi.
Remy.
And it's basically like a game with numbers, and you have numbers of 4 different colors, and you kind of just do a bunch of like pairings that you want to get like different colors. You want to get like
Remy, you know
1, 2,
Remy.
3, 4. You want to get like 3 1s and 4 3s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a board game sort of. And I used to play this as a kid all the time growing up because I lived with my grandparents on my mom's side from when I was about 10 months to 6 years old. I lived with them primarily. And this was a game that I played a lot growing up. And when I went to Romania, we played it, and it's still like just as fun. And it just reminds me of that. So I got the Joker little, because it's like little pieces of made out of like I don't know, it's like ceramic or whatever. But I got the Joker and then the number 7, which is actually like what is usually on the packaging if you buy the game. And then I got a more basic tattoo, which I feel like this is going to be really hard to see, but it's basically like a safety pin with 2 hearts that are stabbed by the safety pin. Mm-hmm. This one doesn't really have a meaning. I feel like, should I find a meaning for this, or can I just say I just like the tattoo?
You can find a meaning for it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what it would be, but I just thought it was cute. Did I see it on Pinterest? Yes. Did I like it? Yes. Is it kind of basic and cute and whatever? Yes. Do I care? No. Like, I liked it.
What do you make that face?
No, because I feel like I have to explain myself. I shouldn't have to explain myself. Like,
yeah, you just did.
I just did, yeah. Anyways, those are my tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we do? Let's like wrap it up with day 4.
Day 4, honestly, I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
The moment I woke up on day 4, I was like, let's go home. Anything we did was just kind of like...
Everything we did was a little bit... Oh, we can't forget though.
We went to the best croissant
No. That was day 3.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, day 4, we went to Brenda's French Soul Food.
How can we forget that part?
Guys, so we went to this restaurant. We actually didn't even have to wait that long, which I'm really happy about. Yeah. Because everybody said it was going to be a long time. And also shout out to Brenda, my friend Brenda, who told me to go to this restaurant, which is also called Brenda's French Soul Food, because the owner's name is Brenda. But anyways, it was insane. It's like New Orleans style cuisine, and it was insane. Yeah. We had catfish, and we also had, what else did we have?
I don't know. I had a chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, you only had like a fried chicken sandwich that was in this really like saucy, spicy thing.
I think it was like some type of buffalo sauce or something like that, right?
Yeah, very like vinegary.
Yeah, oof.
But for me, what stole the show was the crawfish beignet. Mm-hmm. That was like, we got a beignet flight. If you don't know what beignets are, they're basically like these kinds of donuts that are very traditional to I guess they actually come from Africa.
Yeah, from the Congo for sure. I don't know if I think they have them in like different countries also, but I just know like in the Congo, that's like, you eat that shit with like, I never ate it with chocolate.
That's you didn't eat it like sweet.
No, that's why I didn't like it when they gave us that with the chocolate one. I think that was like the worst one. But with peanut butter, it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like peanut butter dessert for me seems like a lot, because peanut butter is already so thick and heavy.
No, that's the point. It's really good.
Yeah, but anyways, so they were filled, and we got a flight, so we can taste all the different ones. We had like plain, we had a chocolate one. When you say
flight, can you explain that? A flight, that says just like a long board with like 4 different ones.
Usually when you say flight, it means you get a variation of things. It's like you can get a flight of beer, 4 different kinds of beer, usually in a smaller size.
When someone listening, they're probably thinking like, wait, a flight? Where are they flying to?
Okay, well, a flight of those beignets, and then we had one that was filled with crawfish, which is also very traditional to eat. It's kind of like, actually I've never had it before, but it's like it's like a lobsterish kind of shrimp-like thing. Anyways, and it was filled with that, and it was like these spices and this cheese, and when you open it, anyways, Yoni has a photo of my reaction to when I opened that one.
Oh yeah, I posted it. Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah,
and that was it.
That was the spot. We met the really cool people. Shout out to Adam and Sam.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in New York.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in New York if you're listening to this. You guys are the coolest. I was telling actually Sam the other day. I was like, oh wait, was it Sam? Yeah, I was telling Sam that I knew they were cool because they sat right next to us. So the moment they sat down, and Adam kind of like hit my shoulder a little bit with his jacket.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It was like, oh, so sorry about that. Like, he kind of said something, and I was like, oh no, it's all good. I appreciate you even saying something, because some people do that and don't say anything. And then that's what I said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we started talking then, and I was like, yo, these guys are cool.
Yeah, but then we didn't talk.
Yeah, we didn't really talk right away.
And then I was still in my chatty vibe.
Yes.
And then I was like, I saw that they came into the restaurant with like their luggage. So then I asked, are you guys here? Are you guys like coming from the airport or going to the airport?
Yeah.
And then we got into it, and then we chatted, and it was great. I love meeting people like that.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. It was really nice meeting you guys, and we'll see you in New York.
Yeah,
wow,
we'll definitely see you guys in New York. And then we were like, honestly, we're tired. We feel like it's time to go. I mean, it was the 4th day. We did go back to the Mission District. Yoni wanted to go to the vintage store. We went there. And then I got my tattoo. We did that. And then we went to the airport, and we got there nice and early.
We went to the airport so early, which is the best thing you can do. If you're done with your trip, it's okay to not try to like squeeze everything. Actually, your tattoo was kind of squeezing that shit in there.
It was. You
know, because the guy was like, how long do you have? And then you told him, I feel like that kind of like added some pressure because someone else was waiting.
Yeah, I had an appointment like at 4, and I think I was done at 4:20. But
yeah, but that guy was cool too, right?
He was cool. I feel like he was just a little awkward. Yeah. If
you listen to this, shout out to you also. Like, we love the tattoos that we got there.
Yeah. And then it was honestly so great getting to the airport early. It was like chill. I really had a good chunk of time.
It was a good trip. Like, I would say that trip was actually like perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
It was so good. I think there's nothing about it that
I mean, ideally, like, I wouldn't have gotten sick. That's the only thing for me. It would have been great.
And also, I just wish it was just like a little bit warmer outside.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing, But if you ever visit San Francisco, visit those thrift shops that we talked about.
I mean, let us know if you want, like, if you're in San Fran or if you're going and you want specifically, like, maybe we can create like a list or something.
You know what I noticed in this episode? Anytime I want to say thrift shop, like, I have a weird way of saying it.
Thrift shop?
Yeah, like thrift shop. Like, it doesn't roll off my tongue that easily.
Vintage store.
Vintage store.
And actually, all those were vintage stores.
Right. But I think that's just another thing of me, like, learning English, or there's always like these weird things that I don't always very easily say.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, and I thought it was just like funny because sometimes when I say vintage store, I don't know, something is like weird for me to say. Some things will never change, but it's all right.
It's all right. And now I think it's time for us to close it out. We're not going to do a off-topic episode because this episode is already, an off-topic segment because this is already really long, and also I can't talk anymore. And I think also this whole thing was kind of an off-topic episode in general.
Yeah. Definitely was off topic. I mean, this was the topic.
No, I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's about to be midnight when we're recording this.
Yeah.
So
you want to do the outro, or like how do you want to close it out?
I want to just close it out. I hope that you felt like you were with us in San Fran, like we took you through the days.
Yes. And I also feel I hope you didn't get bored at any point. Okay.
I mean, hey, if you did, it is what it is. We thought it would be entertaining. I think it would be so fun for someone to really walk me through like the shit that they did.
That's what I would like to hear in a podcast.
Right?
But people just always skip a lot of things. We really went, I feel like I skipped maybe a couple.
I mean, you were getting mad at me that I was taking too long.
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, we are at 1 minute and 50 seconds.
1 minute and 50 seconds.
I mean, sorry, 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. If you made it to this point, we really, really appreciate you.
If you made it to the end of the episode, what are we asking them to write?
We should really have a good one right here.
I say they should write Damn.
We should have had one ready. No. Okay, listen. If you got to
something
the
from
end,
the trip.
right? If you got to the end of this episode.
Okay, if you got to the end of the episode, say.
Yo, you guys, we don't have a word for this episode. We fucked up.
Say Golden Gate Bridge.
No, what? That's so bad.
That's so bad.
Yeah. No, you know what we should do? If you got to this end of this episode, say I'm here. Actually, you guys, we don't have one. We don't have one this episode, okay? So sorry about that.
No, if you got to the end, if you got to the end of the episode, say burrito/pizza. Boom.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. If you got to the end of the episode, say burrito/pizza. That way we know that you listen. At the middle, we said talk about the pizza. Yes. And burrito, we talk about like kind of like 3/4 of the way.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
You guys,
shout out to you.
Shout out to your dog as always, and we just love everybody, man. You know, I don't know. You guys are like
last thing.
Allie, I have to go to sleep.
Okay, I'm just wanted to say shout out to people in San Francisco because everybody that we met, I'm talking people at the coffee shops, people at the thrift stores and vintage stores, people at all the restaurants, like everywhere we went. Yeah, everywhere we went. Everybody was so nice.
Yes.
So shout out to you guys.
Shout out to everyone in San Francisco. And also there was a girl at a matcha spot.
Oh, Stone Mill matcha. Also great matcha, by the way.
Yeah.
Really delicious. Amazing matcha cookie.
Yes.
And shout out to, I want to say Vanessa, and I hope your name is right, and Diane. Who's Diana, who is her sister.
Oh.
Shout out to you guys because I know you said that you watched you listened to the podcast.
Vanessa and Diana?
I think so. I'm sorry if I completely forgot, but
she gave us a free
matcha cookie.
A free matcha cookie on the house. Yeah, that shit was good.
It hit. I ate that shit on. Where did I eat that?
You ate it like way later.
I ate it on the plane.
Yeah.
I ate it on the plane with my little tea.
So just so you know, that shit came in clutch.
Oh my god, it was a perfect timing. And also I couldn't find it and I was scared that like you threw it away or something.
Yeah.
So I was digging in that bag. I found it.
Yeah.
So it was lovely to meet you.
It's always so nice to just meet people in other cities that listen to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I think that's like the craziest thing.
It's crazy. Anyways, okay. Yeah, that was it. So love you, San Francisco, and everybody who lives there. Highly recommend you guys go.
Highly recommend it.
And we're gonna go to bed.
We're gonna sign out.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.